Alright, I'm going to start our little project here. This is a 1928 model FH Briggs. This is the one that was pretty much all disassembled, and the guy had just slapped it together for shipping, so it should be easy for us to take it apart. I'm going to take all the big parts and put them in this box. All the little parts, put them in a little cup. Alright. Let's drop my flashlight. Alright, let's start taking the shroud off. Like I said, all this stuff is pretty loose. Shroud is just held on. I don't know how much you guys can see. By one screw. Actually, it's supposed to be these little feet actually bolt to the gas tank down here. They're supposed to hold it in, but they were taken off already. I only see one hole on this side. I don't know where this one's at. I have to check that out. But I was looking at shroud over, and it's pretty amazing because I couldn't find a dent in it. You know, it's virtually perfect. Usually down here is dented in from squeezing down on them. These little things here. You know, usually somebody over tightens them and crushes that, but this isn't crushed at all, and it's pretty clean inside, so that should be easy to work on. Put that in the box. Take his nut off. This holds this little gear on. This gear is what turns the flywheel with the kicker. You got the chain goes here, and then this other gear goes inside here and hooks up the teeth. I think there's supposed to be a little cog on the inside here. I don't see it, unless it's these here, and they're just very small. I'll have to check my other one. But here's the hole that it fits in, and that's a little bit worn. Might have to do something with that. Okay. The magnet's good. And the flywheel's okay, you know. I mean, if I can find another one, I will, because this one has 12 broken fins, but they're only broken slightly. Most of them right here in this corner. Where you at? You got 1, 2, 3. It's only the tips. So if I have to use this one, you know, this one will work fine. Sometimes on these older flywheels, the hub here is steel, and the rest of this is pot metal. And what it does is it separates. But this one seems to be in very good shape. Let me put this aside. Alright, put my glasses on for this. It's only 3 bolts here. If any young guys start taking these engines apart, label stuff. You know, I don't have to label this because I know where all stuff goes. I've taken some of these apart. This backing plate's only held on by 3 screws. Like I say, it's been taken apart before. Okay. And even this backing plate. This here originally is supposed to be riveted to this piece here. So we'll have to do that. It's a little bent and stuff. I don't think I'll try and straighten it, because this pot metal, you try it. The more you work with it, the more it's going to break. But it looks like it might be very usable. Same with this. This is a little bent, but we'll work with it. I should have left this on and took the... They call this a horseshoe Magneto, or coil, horseshoe coil, because it's shaped like a horseshoe. I'm lucky this is pretty clean. It's not all greased up. I already looked this this coil over a little bit, and we're going to need a new one. Me and Mike just happen to have a spare. Someone gave it to us about a year or two ago, and it's for a Y model, which just means the holes are in different places. We'll have to make new holes, but it's the same coil. But let me show you what's wrong with this one. There we go. I'll use that. I don't know if you can see it, but there's supposed to be a wire right here, you know, a long wire, and we thought we were just going to have to unwrap it a few and find that wire, but actually I don't know if you can see it. Right here it is, like a cut in it. Something must have dug into it, and it actually got the wires cut. So this coil isn't any good. It's going to have to get rewound. But like I said, we have a spare, so we'll rewind that at our leisure. Okay. Another thing that's pretty cool. This is a 1928, and I checked. This is a capacitor here. I checked it, and it reads pretty good, which is kind of odd, you know, because the way they made them back then, they weren't airtight, and they shouldn't last that long. Let me go get a meter. All right, I went and got my capacitor meter here, capacitance meter, whatever. Checks the value of a capacitor. Yeah, I don't know how much you guys are going to be able to see this, but remember, this capacitor is 88 years old. Let me turn it on for you here. Ground it out. Oh, ground it out, and like I said, I don't know what you can see, what you can't see. We'll do our best here. All right, that's comes to 0.29. Oops. 0.28, 0.29. I think they're supposed to be, most of your small engines are 0.22. So they're usually plus or minus 10%, which would mean 0.26 would be fine. But that's so close. I'm going to leave that in there. You know. What if it was bad? What I usually would do is I would take a new capacitor like this and stuff it. We called it in the radio community. Road King used to work on a lot of radios, and we got the inside of that and put this in there and attach one end to the positive and then the other end to the ground, and it would look 88 years old, but it would have a brand new capacitor inside. Here's another one. You get these for, you know, like a penny piece, nickel piece, anywhere. But even this one, this is 0.22. That's what I usually use on the engines if it needs one. It's 0.22 microfarads plus or minus 10. And where you at? Let's test it while we're here, right? Let's see. It's perfect. 0.22. So that's we're just having a little fun here. So all right, like I said, we're gonna leave that there. The end's broken off. We'll fix that. But I'm gonna use that. 88-year-old capacitor, condenser I think they call them back then. Alright, I'm just going to slide this off, take this out of our way, and we'll take all this apart later on and clean it all up. It's all in pretty good condition. In the box it goes. Alright, let me turn this guy around a little bit so you can see it. Here's the air filter. Not much of an air filter, but that's what it is. There we go. I shouldn't say air filter because the air filter would be coming through the carburetor. It's just a breather. Breather for the block. Somebody would have called me on that one, huh? Yeah. It's just an antique PVC valve. Okay. It goes in the big box. Alright, can you see up here? There you go. Take this rocker arm out. You see, this is just held in place. There's actually a nut right here on the side and it's already loose. So here's the rocker, or the push rod. Let's call it a push rod. Put that in the box. Here's your rocker arm. That's in excellent condition. Okay, put that in the box. Alright, these valves are stuck, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to take the head off. And let that soak. I did get a new set of valves with this engine, but this exhaust valve actually has keepers in it, so if you push that down you can pull them out and disassemble the whole thing, but the intake, where you guys at? Yeah, the intake valve is actually pinned over on the top, so you'd have to grind that off, and it'd be a pretty big operation. So if I could loosen them and they seat, then they're staying. But I'm gonna have to throw them in a little solvent and stuff. Looks like it might have been sandblasted at one time. But I'm gonna put that in this little can here and spray them down. Matter of fact, I'll spray them while you're watching. Plenty of lube. Turn it pitch over and get the bottom. Alright. We'll let this sit a while and try tapping on them a little bit. Alright. Get this off, get this off. Let me turn you guys around here. This thing's getting pretty light. Alright, this here's this tube goes from your carburetor to the head, and that looks like it's been messed with at one time, so maybe I'll make new ones. There's actually one goes here and then another one here comes out and has a little valve on there for a choke. That'll give me a chance to look at the piston. Maybe I'll take you guys off the tripod and you can look with me. Alright, let's see what it looks like. Let me see if I put a light on it. There we go. Let me turn it. Put the cylinder down. Actually, see if I get another light here. Cylinder actually looks beautiful. I don't see any scores or anything in there. Let me bring it up top and see if it's any play here. No. That's perfect. I do feel a ridge, a carbon ridge, right here, and I know I'm not going to be able to get that piston out with that there, so I'm gonna hit that with some Scotch-Brite or something, clean that up, scrape all that carbon off of there, and then we'll be able to get the piston out of there. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Okay. So, with all the carbon on that piston, I don't know if it's has any markings on it and everything, so I'm actually going to mark it here. I'm going to put a little arrow, and that'll be pointing towards our carburetor. Like I say, it should have something in there, but you know, we want to put everything back the way it came out. Well, even though, you know, sometimes that don't matter. I mean, this thing's probably been apart and maybe somebody else didn't do that. Maybe they put them backwards. Oh well. It's a chance you take. Well, we'll look at it when we take it out.